to follow that? I'm going to start with my one-man Hamlet. I just want to say on behalf of both me and Joanna, I just want to thank everyone for being here. We had people come from far and wide, from London to Shanghai, and we really appreciate it. I'm still recovering from that toast. That was really something. But I wanted to thank my parents for last night. We had a really great time at Appawamis. I wanted to thank my parents for the sometimes thankless job of being my parents. I could kind of see my dad last night looking around like, this is a lot more people than I realized we were going to have. This is a big event. I'd like to thank the Walkers for hosting us today. Believe it or not, putting all this together was not as easy as it looked. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, so I'd like to apologize for my tears. I get a little emotional. It's funny, actually, Antonia touched on it, but I did feel quite conflicted that I never did ask Jonathan for Joanna's hand in marriage. And I remember thinking that I thought that seemed like a kind of an old-fashioned tradition. And then we started planning the wedding and such, and we were meeting with the various vendors, and they were giving us their price quotes, and I said, oh, you just ruined that guy's life. You could have at least given him a heads up. And like, this is coming down the pike. So I do feel poorly about that, but I want to thank you for today, and I want to thank you both for just being so welcoming to me and always making me feel like a part of the family. I really have appreciated it. And I'm really happy to join the fray today. So I want to thank you very much for that. Yes. But we are finally here, and everything came together, and looking around at all the little details and the little touches and the do-it-yourselves and the creative little these knickknacks and whatnot. I can't help but think what today might have been like if I had gotten even a little help from Joanna. I mean, those honey jars don't fill yourselves. I want you to know that. I'm not a machine, all right? I can't just dream this up. But that's not true, actually. I didn't do that much. But so I look around today and I see Joanna everywhere, and I see that it is good. So I hope you'll let me just talk about this amazing lady who may have made one of the more dubious decisions today. That was real, that was the thing. That's real. This is it. This is your life. Today, I came back to a thing that my dad has said over and over. Whenever I would come to him about, I was kind of wondering about my career and my life and the direction I was headed, I would be asking my dad, I don't have the right job and all this. And he would always say, Bri, you find the right woman, everything else falls into place. And I'd always kind of be like, right, but about my resume, that was a specific question about whether education should go first or experience. I concede your point. But truly, when I started, being with Joanna, living with Joanna, I really got what he was saying, because since that time, I honestly can say I haven't had a bad day. I've had bad parts of days, usually between the hours of 9 and 5. But I've never had a full bad day, because at some point I come home and I get to see Joanna, or I get to talk to Joanna, and even if I'm in Albuquerque for a neuropsychology conference, even that doesn't seem so bad. Of course, one of my father's other favorite expressions is, Bri, the women, they try to kill you. To admit that I did think of that one when Joanna came to me and said, don't make any plans this weekend, we're twining the invitations. Oh, good. That sounds like a fun weekend. But it truly is a small price to pay because I get to be with you. And there are so many things that I could say about why I love Joanna. So many adjectives I could use, from her creativity to her sense of humor to her beautiful smile and to her amazing hair. Which is magic, I've heard. But the best thing I could say is that she's my favorite. She is simply my favorite person that I've ever met. So I just want to say I hope this is an amazing day. It's been amazing for me already. I hope you all enjoy yourselves. And to my absolutely beautiful bride, let me say in front of everyone I know, I love you and thank you for having me.
Okay, dinner will be served to face down shortly. Thank you very much.